All right, we are live. So happy Friday. It is, we'll just call this Facebook Friday since that's kind of when we've been doing these here. And hopefully you have had a great week and you're looking forward to a wonderful weekend. I hope there's something exciting or festive happening in your neck of the woods. Today here in good old Napa, Idaho, it's a little warmer than it's been, but it's still definitely our autumn season. I know my kids keep wondering, isn't winter because it's December? They haven't quite got that whole concept that, the seasons are based upon things outside of the calendar. Well, not exactly the calendar, out of the months. That's what I was trying to say. So anyway, I'm hoping you're having a great day here. Hey, before we get started here, because I know that the title I put in is what are our core values and why they matter to you or what they mean to you. And that's kind of a fun tongue twister there. What are our? Yeah, anyway, so hey, just go ahead and talk to you a little bit about other stuff. Just know sometimes this is who I am, okay? I just go random and things kind of thoughts go in and sometimes they go out. Sometimes they just stick around for a while. Who knows? But hopefully you'll get some entertainment out of this or some good laughs. Otherwise, hey, if that's not for you, we love you. Move along and hope you have a great day. Before I get started here, I do want to let you guys know, we talked to you guys a little bit about how we were up as a finalist for Idaho's Best. And this year, last year, they did it as just simply a thing for the Treasure Valley here in Idaho. And it was the companies there, but this time they went statewide. So they were taking in nominations from up north, some from the east side of the state, and all over. And they divided it up into three regions. So we had the west, or the Treasure Valley region here, and then they had the East Idaho region, and then they have what they call the Panhandle. So we were nominated out of a bunch of companies. We made it into the finalists. So that was really awesome, and we were so grateful to all of you who voted, who nominated, who gave us reviews, all that stuff. It helped spread the word. So on Tuesday, they had an awards banquet to announce who got what, who won their region, and also they had this thing where it was the best of state. So just without like spreading it out and taking care of it, I'll show you this. This is pretty awesome. We came in as one of the top 3 in all of the state of Idaho in the Idaho's Best Award Ceremony contest that they had going on, and that was based upon your guys' votes and the reviews that we had online. So we're pretty excited. We didn't take home #1 for our region, but we did make the top 3 in the state. So that's pretty stinking good, I think. And it's not because we didn't like pay a bunch of money and say, hey, give us this award. This is strictly based upon everybody that has voted for us, the people that said, hey, they really believe in what we do. They really like the service we provide. And that is where you guys came in at. And we so appreciate that. It's an honor, really, it is, to be able to have such a small company as us get that kind of recognition. And yeah, so how do we do that? I mean, how does a small company like ours get that kind of a reputation? And I really think that it comes down to our core values. So just to let you know, our core values are be responsible, consider others, make it better, and keep learning. Those are the 4 things that are important to me. It's how I run this company. It's what I pour into it, and it's what I try to train all of our cleaners to work out of. That is the litmus test for how we determine what we do, how we do, and why we do everything around here. So the first one is be responsible. And honestly, I kind of go back and forth between the word be responsible and be accountable because they're really closely related for me. One of the things that's important to me and something that's about my personality that if you have the time to really sit down and chat with me and get to know me, you would understand, is that being responsible is very huge. And what does that mean? Well, for some people it means just simply doing what you'll say you do. And that's a good part of it, but it goes beyond that. It means that I get irritated at people who want to pass the buck, want to point fingers and blame. I really can't stand listening to the news where you'll hear somebody talk about something and then it'll all of a sudden be somebody else's fault, or because of this or because of that. I can't stand that. If I make a mistake, it's my mistake. And whether that mistake is 100% of the problem or it's just 1% of the problem, I want to make sure that I'm always taking 100% full and complete responsibility for whatever my part is, even if my part was to do something different. And that's what I want to give to you guys, to my customers, is to be able to rest assured that whatever happens, we're not going to point the finger, we're not going to blame, we're going to find out what happened and what we can do to make it better. How we can take responsibility for that, make sure you're taken care of, to make sure that as much as we humanly can possibly do, it doesn't happen again. We're always looking for that. And I want to make sure that the people that we hire are the same way. I don't want them pointing the finger at their team members. I don't want them pointing the finger at me or you as customers. We don't want to do that. It's simply take responsibility for the actions that you do, your words that you choose, whether somebody sees it or not. That is what it means to me to be responsible. And that's what we try our best to run this company with. The other one is to consider others. Now, what that means from my perspective and what I offer to you guys as customers or potential customers, okay, is that the best way to explain this is when I go through a store and we're walking, you know, it can be crowded. Heck, how many people have been to Costco? And especially around the holidays, it is a nut house there. Right now, what it means to me to be considerate of others and to consider others is when you're in an area like that and you happen to walk in front of somebody and you didn't notice them, acknowledge them. Simply look at them and, you know, maybe it's like, you know, sorry, some way to say, I see you and you're important to me and you matter. The fact that I just walked in front of you, I don't have the right to do that and just consider like the world revolves around me. That's not how it works. The same thing is if I, you know, am not paying attention, I want to make sure I let you guys know, you know, whoever happens to run into me or almost get ran over by me, I want to think of you. It's like, how would I feel if I was in your shoes? And that's how when I'm telling our cleaning technicians, when they're in your home, think about how you as the customer would feel if you came home and saw it in this manner. And it might be the little things, but it matters. Think about those. And I want them to think about their team members and the people they work with. You know, are their actions, are they going to help them or are they going to hinder them? Are they going to help us as a company or are they going to hinder? We should always be thinking about the other person and considering their situation. Now, that may not mean that we do everything to, you know, please them, so to speak, but we want to make sure that you know, they're in the back of our mind and we're considering that as we go about. It irritates me to no end when I see people that just act like this world revolves around them. And I don't live that way, and I don't want the people I work with to live that way. I don't even let my kids live that way. So that is what that means for you, is that you're always going to have people coming into your home, whether it's our cleaners or whether it's me as the owner here. We're going to be thinking about you, considering you and your situation, so we can serve you the best way possible. The other one is we make it better. And I mentioned that earlier when we were talking about being responsible. So that means not only in how we serve, I mean, maybe it's doing better in communication. Maybe that's better in the way our techniques and how we clean, or the chemicals and stuff that we use, or just a variety of things. How do we make it better? I mean, I'll be honest with you. Years ago when I first started this company, I was in a home and they had marble countertops. And apparently I had sprayed something and it etched it, and that sucked. I was not happy with myself. I felt really bad. So what did I do? Well, one, be responsible. I didn't say, well, that's your fault. You should have, you know, made sure your countertops were sealed better, blah, 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 or whatever. I said, you know what? I am so sorry. I will make sure this is taken care of. And I turned around, contacted a good contractor in the area that was well known for working with marble countertops, and had them go out and assess the situation for me. And then they told me what needed to be done, and I said, you know what, go ahead and get it taken care of. And so without the customer needing to worry about this situation, I made sure that their countertops got taken care of the best way that I was referred to from another professional of how to take care of it. And I said, hey, you did it. They didn't have to lift a finger. They didn't have to fight with me. They didn't have to argue. I just made sure it was taken care of. And that's what I want to offer to you. That's what it means for us to make it better, at least a small part of it. So you can always rest assured that if something does go wrong, we will do everything within our power and our ability to make sure it gets taken care of and the problem is resolved for you. And lastly, major core value of mine that is part of our company is to keep learning. I don't believe that I know everything. I don't believe that I'll ever get to a point where I know everything. I do believe in the power of learning. We have a lot of books around this place that I use for training myself for education, for leadership, and I'll tell you what, a lot of that stuff can be part of how I am as a husband, as a father. Great thing about leadership books, and I would encourage you guys to look some up, read them. I've got a list. If you're interested in ones I would recommend, I would go ahead and be happy to give you that list, send that out to you. But they are so incredible because they're not just about leading a company, they're about leading yourself, your family, in your community, anywhere you can think of. It's applicable. But for us, keep learning means that we stay ahead of the technologies that are out there. What can we do that would help improve our service to you so that you're not sitting around 20 years later or whatever it might be and everything's outdated and you're not being served the way that would best benefit you and make your life better. So we're always wanting to learn about that, whether it's cleaning chemicals and what's out there, the equipment, whatever it might be. Even with doing this here with Facebook Lives, being able to utilize this technology to reach out to you people and kind of share what's going on with us, give you sort of a behind the scenes kind of thing with the company. Get to know me and my personality, and maybe at some point we'll do some other stuff. But it's all about continuing to learn. I like learning new things. I'm a sponge for that stuff. I love it. So there you go. There is our 4 core values. I hope I've outlined how they impact you and what they mean for you. So again, we'll go back over. It is be responsible, consider others, make it better, and keep learning. And I want to make sure that I keep learning on how to do these and improve them. If you guys have any suggestions on what would make these better, I'd love to hear it. Go ahead and put your information down in the comments section there, and I'd love to read it. If you've got anything that you're interested in, or anything, questions or concerns or anything like that that you'd love me to talk about, I want to hear from you. So make sure you put that in the comments as well. Go ahead, and if you're enjoying these, give us a thumbs up, a like. If you don't, give us an angry face or whatever. But anyway, that's only if you're happening to watch this on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, they don't have all that fun stuff, They ought to. They ought to give you more than just a like or something like that. They ought to give you like angry faces or something. Anyway, again, see, I told you, my brain. So it was a real pleasure speaking to you. I really hope that you guys are enjoying this holiday season, whether it's Christmas you celebrate, whether it's Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, or something else that I have no clue about. I just hope that you're enjoying this time of year and that you're looking forward to an amazing 2020. So until next Friday or whenever, I hope you guys have yourself a wonderful day, a great weekend, and we'll see you here next week.